Wasn't planning on doing a dev update, but realized I've not posted for a while. I was just gonna do a post about a tweak I did to the running that added an interesting bit of animation. But I might as well do a dev update, I guess. Not a full one, but still. So what I've immediately done is I've just tweaked the way the walking and running system works. Now, I used to have the foot kind of trail behind when you went too quickly, kind of one foot would stay behind too long. I've just added a bit of code in that detects when that happens and it forces that foot to step. So that foot will try and step early, interrupting the other one. I've not added anything though to make the foot that was currently moving land faster. So what I get is you see these occasional kind of hopping kind of actions. It's a bit like if a person actually stumbles, they kind of begin to do a kind of like jump, hop, skip, and then fall over. The character doesn't do the falling over bit because the landing still works fine at the moment. Though you can see that little bit of tumbling. So no, all the walking system's kind of tumbling bit seems to be working quite well. The upper body's, the direction the torso's a bit too kind of when it leans over, it doesn't correct itself enough once it stabilizes. But for kind of, rough and tumble, wobbly walking, this is working actually surprisingly well for what was just one additional bit of code changing. So anyway, um, general update. I, I'm trying to remember when I did the last video, but I think that was when I almost got the first sprint of this design done. For the last month, I've had to do a bunch of stuff away from game dev, so I've not been able to. I've only really been back at this for the last week or two. But what I've been doing is I've been refining the system. So I had the working version of arm and leg animation before, and now I've been re-scripting it all into more understandable little modules, codey blah 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 stuff. But essentially, I can tweak the animations and everything a lot easier now. Everything's split into its own area. So if I want to change how the arm animation left right is done, that's its own script, and I can swap that out, and it's not going to interfere with the leg scripting, the moving system, or even the additional arm systems for things like the wobbly, balance posing and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, this was really a on the spot dev update. So there's not. I can't think of the other announcements I'd want to make beyond that. I'm just happy with how this character's beginning to like animate and tumble around. It's getting quite good. I'm still probably for the rest of November. It's going to take me to get, the general walking and things turning, 100%, and then I'll be putting it back in an indoor enclosed environment I plan for the final game. After that, December is probably going to be me looking at the actual falling over system. So they're almost finished getting the hangs of walking and running around. The next thing they're going to need to do, though, is if I try and push it to an extreme here, when it's near the floor, it needs to be able to kind of, fall down and then, get back up again, scrap on the knees, be pushed back, glide into things a bit better. So if I run into a wall, the arms need to acknowledge that a bit more and the body needs to push away, so that kind of stuff. But no, um, yeah, I'm just going on now. But the general hope, as I keep saying with the system, is it's taken me quite a while to get this foundational procedural animation physics thing going. And once I've got that all done, the hope is the actual juicier gameplay bits of it will be able to kind of be built on top of the system. Like, even just today, with the way I'm doing the sudden turns and the legs hang up in the air bit, that's not been designed by me. That's the systems I've done are managing to work in a decent enough way without me planning them ahead. So that's kind of the hope of all this, is when I want to start adding in, you know, uh, enemy characters, this character grabbing other characters and throwing them around and that sort of stuff. The systems will be able to kind of figure out most of the animation themselves, is the hope. But yeah, bit ranty. Sorry about that. I just thought I should try and post something after so long. Hopefully the next update will be a bit better. I've just been very busy outside of game dev the last 2 months. So yeah, so long.